right, what is going on, you guys? Let me make sure we're good. All right, what's going on? Today we are definitely going to be wrapping up the lab. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally finishing. And I believe we left off with trying to receive an IP address via DHCP. And I think I already know why it's not working. It's because when the PC tries to obtain a DHCP address, it's just sending out a broadcast within its own VLAN. So it will broadcast to its default gateways and the DHCP, excuse me, to its default gateway. Well, it's just default to all devices in VLAN 10. And since our DHCP server is not in VLAN 10, it's in VLAN 99, and there is no DHCP server present on our distribution layer switches, they don't even know what the DHCP server is because they're not the DHCP server either. And to allow the distribution layer switches to know where our DHCP server is, we have to enable the IP helper address command, which is basically just a DHCP relay. So when that broadcast is sent to the default gateway, it knows, okay, if I need a DHCP address, I send it here. So we are going to, can I do all of them at once? I don't think so, but we will see. 10, 20. Yeah, you can't do it like that in today's. We'll just do it one by one. We use the IP helper address command, and the IP address of the DHCP server is .99.50. I'm gonna just copy and paste this so I can plug it or just paste it into, whoa, did not try to do that. Paste. Okay, that's from another class. All right, helper address 192.169.9.50. I need to copy it. I don't know if I pasted it or copied it. Boom. I don't know what VLAN that was for. Let me just check. That was for, okay, now we're on VLAN 30. Just paste that, simple. VLAN 40, paste that, simple. And we don't need to do it on VLAN 99 because VLAN 99 is just all our management devices, and we will not be using DHCP on those. Did I only did that on that switch? So let me do it over here too. VLAN 10, paste, and 20, paste, VLAN 30, paste, VLAN 40, paste. Should be good. As you can see, the IP helper address is present now for all of the VLANs that we need it to be on. So we'll do the same over here. And I believe that will be it. And we should be able to receive IP addresses. 920. Ooh, perfect, perfect. Did I go ahead and set up the perfect? We need to do a default gateway. 99.1. That could be why DHCP wasn't working as well, but not entirely sure. Okay, that's it. Make sure, perfect. All right, so let's try this again. We should be able to grab a DHCP IP address, IP address via DHCP. As you can see, our DHCP server is now working. Now we should be able to go ahead and grab an IP address for all end devices right quick. Perfect. And then after everybody grabs an IP address, we're going to check connectivity between the two offices. I'm not entirely sure how you grab a IP address via DHCP with IP phones. I don't even know if you can. Do they even use IP addresses? I'm not sure. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. We'll just focus on the PCs for now. And did we go ahead and set up these default routes? I believe we did, but just to make sure. So IP route, that's static route via 10.0.2. And that default route is being advertised in OSPF. So our distribution layer switches will know that any DHCP request or discover message that the PC send out, they know that 192.169.99 is not in this office, so they know they have to resort to the default route. So everything should be working, and they should be able to get IP addresses too. And the default route is present here as well, so the message can make it back and forth. So let's go ahead and test this out. Oh wow, seems like PC10 already has an IP address. I don't know why, but it does. We'll go ahead and just, what is it? Not renew, but release slash, and we'll try that again. Port is not using DHCP. Okay. Config slash renew. Perfect. Everything is looking exactly how it needs to. Let's go ahead and see if PC2 can get one. Perfect. And we'll do the last one in simulation mode so we can see how the packets are traveling. So I don't know if you guys remember before that we set up this this distribution layer switch as our active router in HSRP. So theoretically, the path should be to A3, to this link to the active router, and should be out this link right here, down to here. And I believe we made this one the active router in this office. So it should then go here, down to B3, down to DHCP server, and then back across that same path. If everything is done right, and if simulation mode isn't acting wonky, because sometimes it can. Slash renew. So let's watch this, see if it works. So up to A3, over to A1. And I just want to point something out right quick. We're going to go back. So I mentioned to you guys before that DHCP is when a client is trying to receive an IP address, it's a broadcast to find the DHCP server. And so I think that's why we got two DHCP requests going out. And whichever one gets to the DHCP server first, that's the one, that is where the PC will get its IP address from. I hope that makes sense. As you can see, I'll go back. So we go up to core switch 1, over to the opposite office's core switch. Oh, we go to B1. And we go to B3, down to the DHCP server. And the reply back seems to be unicast and not broadcast. So that's why the packet has turned black. I think that's why it's black. Up to B2. Now we're taking the correct path through the active router. Up to core switch 1, back over, back to the active router in Office A. Ooh, did it work? Okay, now it's just starting to get messy. Hopefully the PC just has its IP address, and it does. So DHCP is working, and we have that set up. We'll test DNS in a minute. I have to set up a external router to 8.8.8 because we don't have one within the network. So we'll set that up as well. But first, let's see if our PCs can communicate with each other. So we're going to do all our communication from PC1 and VLAN 10. So everybody should just be 11. 11. 11. Okay, we'll do these two first. Ping 192.168.20.11. As we wait patiently, it works. Now let's check 30. As we wait patiently, it works. Let's see if we can reach the DNS server by chance. 99.50. Perfect. I don't know why it's taking so long for these other replies. There it is. Now let's see if we can reach the other office. 99, well, PC10 on this side is 10.1. No, it's 10.14. 192.169.10.14. Let me just make sure I have that right. 10.14. Okay, let's see. And there we go. Okay, so it does work. I was want to say, let's figure out what the problem is, but we can reach PC10, 20.12. And if we can make our way all the way over to VLAN 10 on this side, 9 times out of 10, we can make it to the other ones, other VLANs, but we're just gonna check just cause. And the reason I say if we can reach one, 9 times out of 10, we can reach the others is because the reason we're even able to get over here is a default route. We didn't configure static routes for each VLAN. So all traffic will be funneled through that default route if the IP address is not local over here. So it's pretty much nowhere else for the traffic to go. So when I say if one works, all of them pretty much has to work. That's what I mean by that. 30.12. We'll do the last one. And I'll let you guys see this in simulation mode because why not? And let's make our way up out of Office A down to PC3. Yeah, simulation is weird. We don't really get the full effect. That's why I don't really use it like that. That's the only thing I don't really like about Packet Tracer. Simulation can be a little funky, but it should work. Okay, so now that our two offices have full connectivity between each other, well, and our DNS server should be working as well. But right now, we don't have okay, we can set up we'll say PC1, PC1, Office A, its address 192. No, see this, no, we're not going to do that because since we're using DHCP, DHCP addresses are leased. So by chance, PC10 could get rid of the current IP address it has and then get a new one, and it may be different, even though they prefer to go to the one that they had previously. I wouldn't want a situation where we're having mix-ups because DHCP decided to give PC1 a different address. So we'll just do DNS server, perfect, 192.168.99.50, and we're gonna add that. We're also gonna add DHCP server. It's just gonna go lowercase, but 192.169.99.50. Perfect. So now if we want to, oh, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Well, hold on. Did we tell our DHCP server to give them a DNS server? Okay, it should work then. Okay, yeah. So now that we have that in our DNS records, we should be able to just ping DNS server and it should work. So right now I was doing the DNS lookup. Then after that, we should get the corresponding IP address for our DNS server, and then the ping should go through successfully. Any minute now, this could take a second. Perfect. And as you can see, after just typing in ping DNS, we get replies from the actual IP address of the DNS server. So that's basically what DNS does. It ties a name to an IP address, which is easier for users to enter because you're going to remember DNS server before you remember a whole IP address. So we're going to do the same over here, ping DHCP server. And as you can see, that goes through pretty much instantaneously. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing over here. DNS server. And you see it's automatically just pinging the IP address of the DNS server. Perfect. Ping DHCP server. Perfect. And now you pretty much can see the benefits of DNS. So that's pretty much the lab. That's a big bulk of it. But I may come back with another video and kind of do some minor things like enable some port security on our access levels. We can set up a external like a ISP type situation. If we want to access the internet, I'll probably do something like that. Have some net translations going on from this link from here to the ISP. We'll probably set that up in a later video. Maybe do some wireless. But yeah, that's pretty much the basis of the lab. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed me setting up this lab. I definitely had a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, I'm definitely going to post more videos like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.